Today, we received news of Akira Toriyama's passing, and in lieu of that, I want to do a video for anyone out there who is mourning, because everywhere I looked today, it was mourning. And so for all of those who have been mourning today, maybe mourning somebody else, maybe mourning another time, it is going to be okay. We can still hold on, and their memory, their vision, and their legacy will live on through all of us. As far as how to move on, take it one day at a time. I know that for a while it's going to be very hard, that you're going to wonder where that person is at. You're going to wonder how you're going to do your day-to-day without knowing that they're there. And it can be difficult, and it can be a very long time before you feel like there's any kind of normal without that person there. And it's rough. It gets to be very rough. But for a lot of us, you still at least have someone else that you can still share that pain with, that grief with. You can still mourn with. And as you share that pain, you find that it is not as tough to carry. It still feels at times like it might be impossible, but it's not, because you're stronger than you think. And a lot of us really don't give ourselves credit when it comes to things like that. It's our resilience emotionally. I know that a lot of times these things can really hit out of nowhere too, and you have no chance to brace yourselves for it. And a lot of times that's really the way that we handle pain the easiest, is we brace ourselves for it before it happens. That's why a lot of times, I'm not going to say a lot of times, but sometimes when it comes to death, it can be not as hard, because we might see somebody get sick or just grow old, and you know that that time is there. It still hurts a lot, yes. I'm not saying it won't, but you have time that you know it's coming, that you, at least to some extent, emotionally prepare yourself. Other times, it just hits out of nowhere. And I know that one, because out of all the deaths that I've actually known firsthand, like people that died, there's only probably 2 or 3 that I saw coming. Other than that, it was, just suddenly get a call out of nowhere, read a text out of nowhere, see a news article about someone, in this case, today's case, I mean. And those are the ones that hit you really hard, because it's just, it blindsides you. And you're just kind of left trying to go about your day, because you can't just all of a sudden stop your entire day because of this news. Sometimes you can, yeah, but a lot of times you can't. If you're at work, you still have to finish what you're doing. If you're at school, you still need to finish that test. If you're at home taking care of the kids, I mean, they're not, the baby's not going to stop crying just because you got a bad text message. And those are the ones that are the hardest to deal with, is when you don't actually have time to sit down and process what you just received, the news that you just received. And that gets to be much at times. I know that firsthand. I know I say I know a lot of things firsthand. I guess, what I talk about on YouTube is stuff that I know firsthand, so a lot of times that just happens to be the sad stuff. But I guess that's why you're here. You like listening to me talk about sad stuff. You like listening to me vent about some of the things that I've been going through, or about the situations that I have some kind of wisdom on. Never thought I'd be somebody with wisdom. But thank you for listening. This has been a very rough day, very long day. I've been scrolling Twitter a lot and seeing so many people talk about Toriyama, about how much they miss him already. The writers of One Piece and Naruto actually wrote huge, long articles to him. And I would sit and I would read them, but to an extent, I feel like that would be disrespectful. And so I'm not going to. I will say that if you want to read them for yourself, just look them up online. It's actually really easy to find them. It's beautiful how much they actually knew him. They, from what I gather, they really knew each other like as childhood friends, kinda. Which, I mean, three of the big shows that I grew up watching as a child, like the writers of those three were friends. Like, that's so cool to me. And I can't imagine what those two are going through. Knowing that the guy that basically paved the way for them, like, both of them talked about how much they looked up to him. And I think all of us did. I've had a book that I've been writing for a very, very long time that today just, it really hit me that I've just been sitting on that for over 10 years at this point. And I don't know why that really hit me so hard, but it did. And things like that, I feel like I've been wasting so much time. Like, I've had these big opportunities that I've just let die, basically. And I really hope to get back into it at some point. I'm probably going to do a video or short or something talking about it, and you're really going a little bit more into detail about it. But for right now, that's part of my life, honestly, I'm kind of ashamed of. Like, I was in high school wanting to write books, and I started and just gave up. Like so many different things in my life, I just gave up. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. My phone storage is actually trying to get full, and so I have to cut this short. But thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully, we will all be in a better state of mind tomorrow. See you tomorrow.